Thanks for coming. Oh, cool. You poured me a drink. Appreciate it. Well, welcome to Tabletop Tuesdays. I'm your host, Gwyn, and today we're going to be talking about Dungeons & Dragons spells with material components that cost gold. If you're a cleric in a party, especially if your party has a lot of, well... Okay, remember, stick to the plan. Yes, it was funny. No, I don't want you to do it again. Do you know how expensive these are? Listen, I'm out of spell slots, and this is our last diamond. Okay? Okay. Yeah. If you have a lot of those players, you'll know that you'll probably have to use Revivify a lot. And Revivify, for instance, uses diamonds, which carry some kind of gold cost for the component. And I've always thought it was kind of interesting, because if you look at these diamonds, or if you look at this, these feathers, the coal, whatever uses material components with gold attached, what actually determines their value, right? For instance, if I go to like a merchant and I say that I want a diamond worth 1,000 gold pieces, they're probably going to try to give me one of these. It's not very big, is it? But it's a diamond. Or maybe they will try to sell me one of these. Cool. But, I mean, how do we know the difference? Now, the game will tell you that this is a diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces, and this is a diamond worth at least 10 gold pieces, or something like that, right? But consider this: there's no technical like nature law, and these diamonds aren't magical. So realistically, however much you actually spend at the merchant, so if I spend 1,000 gold pieces for this at the merchant, doesn't actually determine that this is a 1,000 gold diamond. And I've decided to make a system, a couple actually, that you can implement if you think that the whole 1,000 gold piece diamond thing is bogus. And this works with anything. I mean, you can do this with feathers, you can do this with pieces of paper, it doesn't matter. So the first method is just a very quick roleplay method, which is you could entice your players to, you can make a standard, like a sheet of standards of what defines a diamond that would be at least worth 1,000 gold pieces. That's your easiest change. You just make a standard list. You pick something about the diamond. This can be the cut of the diamond, the polish. It could be like the size of the diamond. It could be the color of the diamond. You know, this one's a pink one. You could start with that. That's a really, really easy start. You don't have to change anything about the game's rules. You just really quickly make something up of why the diamond costs more. Maybe this one has a better aptitude of sending light through it for a spell like Revivify, versus something like this, which doesn't have the right cut or something. That's your easiest method. Up next, you could do something like potions in the game, right? So in the game, you have different kinds of potions. And things like health potions, for instance, they have like purity. So this could be like a greater, or this could be a superior, or just a regular. You could do the same with diamonds, right? And in this case, or feathers, or whatever. So for instance, let's say this clear diamond here, or let's say this clear diamond here, because it's an easier example for you guys to see. Let's say that this diamond here is a flawless diamond. You know, it's been polished properly, and then maybe you have like regular diamonds, maybe some other grades. You could say that. You could have different grades. There you wouldn't really change anything about the rules, you would just change the names, I guess, so it wouldn't come up in the inventory as a diamond that's worth 1,000 gold pieces, it would come up as a diamond that's superior or a flawless diamond. That's your easiest method that has you do the least amount of work, especially if you're a busy DM. Instead of changing this or anything, you could just make it so that's based on individual value. Now, that can be problematic for several reasons. You might have that player that just decides that he thinks all diamonds are worth like bajillions of gold, so he can just use anything, or feathers or rocks. But you know, you could obviously regulate that. But think about it, like a goblin, right? Like a wee little goblin that doesn't know anything about the world might think that something like this is worth like 1,000 gold pieces. Whereas you have a snobby noble who's lived in nothing but luxury their entire life, and they won't settle for anything smaller than this for 100 gold pieces. So you could do that. You could do an individual value kind of thing, where you explain it as like, does the player reasonably believe that this item is worth that much? So you could also use like other items that, like for instance, if something calls for like a rock that's worth at least 5 silver pieces, well, you know, if it's the barbarian's pet rock that he's been carrying around his entire life, then maybe it's worth a little more than one that he found, like a pebble he found in the creek. And then the last option is like a simple cop-out option, if you're just like, if you're just, you just want to make it the easiest you possibly can, which is you could always explain it that it's rather it's any diamond or rock or whatever that you at least put 1,000 gold into, or you could explain it that it's a diamond plus 1,000 gold. Although I don't think players would like that very much, but you could try it. You know, the world is your oyster. Those are just a couple of easy methods that you can do at home to try and do it. So to recap, just make a roleplay change or change the names. Make a personal, like what would it be worth to the individual person? Or finally, the material plus the gold. Thank you for joining me here on Tabletop Tuesday, and I hope you guys find it useful. You know, I like running D&D, but sometimes, I mean, those guys just... Are you gonna finish that? Perfect, thank you. Fuck. Yeah, you know, let's just have a little more.